This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hi there, I am Amber Betts with the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver, and today I'm excited here to be with AJ and PJ of Renewal Church. Hey guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so tell the listeners about your church and what do you offer and kind of your background, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so Renewal Church is on the corner of 31st and Irving here in the Highlands neighborhood. And we're a community that's closing in on 6 years old here. And the way that we typically describe it when people ask is that we're kind of a community that kind of the midst or the middle of a lot of distraction and misplaced hope. We walk together with one another towards a renewed hope in life in Jesus. And so that's who we are. We have a kind of diverse group of people from around the country that have settled in Denver that have called this their home. That's kind of who we are. I don't know if AJ, you want to add anything to that?
I think you spelled it out pretty well there.
Cool.
Amazing. So tell us like your backstory. How did you all get involved in the church and that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So I am fairly new. I just started working there going on a year now. And I think one of the coolest things was like just feeling welcome the first week I was there. Just people were so friendly. We have so many families with young kids. And, one of the things that I love most about the church is, after service, we have kids that are running around and hanging out with each other and building community, and parents that are staying and having conversations with one another. And so like, as soon as you walk through the doors, like it's just feeling like a welcome community where you feel loved and accepted. And it's just a great place to be able to just build that community, especially living in Denver with such a transient community and area. This is a place where you can feel grounded in.
Yeah, and for me, I've been here closing in on 2 years. I'm originally from Minnesota, and I actually studied mathematics. I thought I was going to go be a math teacher or something with a llama ranch on the side. I don't know why I found that enticing, but kind of realized I really enjoyed teaching, and I really enjoyed talking about meaningful things. What are people? What are they for? Who are we? And so found my way into the ministry, and then in our church body, got placed here, like I said, about 2 years ago, and I echo everything AJ said. The Renewal Church has just been a wonderful place. Like you said, families with little kids, elderly, just all sorts of people that are all brought together by Jesus, not an affinity or, hey, we all like skateboarding or something, but something greater. So, yeah.
Okay. Tell the listeners, like, why do your members keep coming back? Why do they choose you over another church or another community?
Yeah, I think one of the cool things, one is we have things called life groups, which are small groups that gather outside of the Sunday morning experience. And so it's a really great place to not only just have community on a Sunday morning, but outside of the Sunday morning experience as well. And so these are small groups that are geared for families, for kids, for adults. And it's just a great time to be able to reflect on the message that we share on Sundays and just get a chance to talk about Jesus, have really good food with each other. So I think it's like, being able to build that relationship, not just on a Sunday morning, but outside of the Sunday morning experience, I think is really, really crucial for our church at Renewal.
Yeah, building off of that, I think we really do try and care for the whole person as a community. That's where we talked about walking together. And so when somebody is going through something hard, we don't view that as, oh, that's so bad for you. It's all right, this is all of our problem now. How can we shoulder this together? It's everything from, you have a new baby, let's try and alleviate that burden, to you're sick in the hospital, let us come visit you, pray with you. We really do view ourselves as a continuation of the ancient Christian faith, but it has a modern expression. So we have modern sounding music, all of that good jazz technology as well. So it's kind of a fun blend that I think people enjoy as well.
Lovely. So tell us, obviously you're kind of a community service and all about that. But what else do you do to get involved in your community and interact with your neighbors?
Yeah, I'll start us off there. So we try and do a few things. We view that part of our role here is to be a blessing to the neighborhood that God has put us in. And so given that this neighborhood has a lot of families, a lot of different people, we try and do things to bring people together. We have a trunk or treat in the fall, a movie on the lawn in the summer, Easter egg hunt for kids in the spring. We also try and look out for those who have very little. And so we do a lot to help those who are financially struggling, who need gas or food money. And we also partnered with a group, actually just AJ and I were with a men's group a couple weekends ago that partnered with a group called Christ Body hand out food and clothing on the streets to those in need. So just those are just a couple ways. I don't know if AJ, you want to chime in with any other?
Yeah, I think you got them all. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. So I'm sure you guys stay busy with the church and doing all that extra stuff, but what else are we doing for fun, or what are we doing to outside of working and that?
Yeah, I think for my wife and I, especially just being here for less than a year, we're still exploring all the different pockets of Denver. And so I love being able to go out to the Highlands. I don't personally live out in the Highlands, but I do like to venture out there. And I originally came from Texas. And so I found a spot there in the Highlands that has Texas barbecue. And so I really get a chance to enjoy that every so often. But I think being able to explore the outdoors, going to parks, and getting a chance to just be in nature and to experience that. And hang out with some good friends and good community with our church family and outside of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then for us, I have 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. So that dictates a lot of our time and energy, but it's wonderful. We do a lot of walking around the neighborhood. Our son loves to venture out. He loves construction, which here in Denver, there's plenty of that right now. And so he just every time freaks out. We go on a lot of hikes. Our family is big readers as well, and I do a little bit of photography. So that's kind of some fun things when I'm not doing church stuff.
Okay. So tell the listeners, do you have any events coming up or any updates or news or anything like current you want to share? Yeah.
So all throughout the summer, we have men's and women's events, and we post those on our website. I'm at renewaldenver.org, but everything from, we have a men's bike ride coming up. We have a women's brunch coming up. Things just to build fellowship with other people, meet others. Sometimes those will be geared towards kind of important conversations. How can we create a space for people to talk about meaningful things like politics in a way that's cordial and polite, where people can disagree and grow and learn. And then on August 23rd, we have our movie on the lawn at 7:45 p.m. So we're still finalizing what movie that'll be, but that'll be here at the church on our lawn, barring good weather. Otherwise, it'll move inside. But that's always fun. People will get lawn chairs, and we usually have popcorn and ice cream and a chance just to hang out as a neighborhood.
Love it.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that we're currently doing is we're doing a sermon series called Destroying Distractions. And so we kind of just live in a world where there's so many different distractions that are being thrown at us. And what does it look like to be able to focus on things that actually really matter as you continue to grow in your faith, as you continue to find your purpose in a God who loves you and cares for you. And and then after that, we're going to be doing a story, going through like God's story through the lens of water, through the Bible. And I think that's going to be really fun. And, as we talk about water during the summertime, I think it's just a really helpful way for us to enjoy what God has given to us, to enjoy the beautiful weather that we get in Colorado. So.
Sure. Awesome. Well, any last words, last messages, anything else you want to share with the community?
I'll just say we're always looking for, we love meeting people. We love doing stuff. Again, if we can partner efforts to bless the community, or if people have questions, you can reach out to me at pastor.pj@renewaldenver.org. AJ's at aj.vega@sjdenver.org. We have a sister campus over in Wash Park. But we love talking. If people have questions, if you're going through something, again, we're here to walk through stuff with one another. And so please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you want to know more about us too, our Facebook, our website, otherwise you can find us on YouTube to kind of see what we're all about.
Great. So, and that was my last question. You basically covered it, but say your website one more time, socials, and your location one more time.
Yes. So renewaldenver.org. And then on Facebook or YouTube, you can search Renewal Denver Church. It should be kind of like a leaf with a Denver skyline on it. That was the last thing.
Socials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
Okay. I felt like I was missing something, but there we go. So.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amber. This was lovely.
Yeah, thank you, Amber.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
And thanks to the listeners. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.